when I was studying at the conservatory, and well, I was sort of guided into the direction of the avant-garde music of the days, Stockhausen, Boulez, Berio, and then I discovered the music. In my case, it was Dmitri Shostakovich, a Russian composer who, by the way, he lived under the Stalin pressure. So he experienced the pressure of living under a tyranny. And I was blown away by this music. So I said, this is much more to my liking. My first piece was a homage to Shostakovich also. And there the problems already started. Because, well, when you write a piece, a homage to a composer like Shostakovich, you are imitating, and that's forbidden in art. So it has to be original or groundbreaking, whatever you call it. And this has been a problem for me ever since. But I can't complain because I've been able to compose all my life. Especially, I was embraced by the wind music scene. So I've written a lot for wind ensembles, wind orchestras. But then when the corona started, I felt an incredible urge to speak out as a composer of so-called serious or classical music. And I haven't stopped doing that ever since. And one of the things I would like to present here is an opera. I've written a full-scale 3-act opera. Wow. Based on the story by Edgar Allan Poe. Because to my amazement, I discovered that Edgar Allan Poe had written a short story called The System of Dr. Tarr and Professor Fether, in which the lunatics of a madhouse take over power. So they imprison, they lock down the carers and the chiefs. And of course, this is overturned, so it has a good ending. And I want all my pieces to have a positive ending. So that helped also a lot. And what I would like to present, Stephen, if you like, Ole, is just some tiny bits of this opera. And of course, it's not so beautiful done as in your case, Ole. It's just notes, and it's an electronic rendering of the notes. You can read the scores, you can read the vocal score, and when your screen is large enough, you can also see not only the text, the Dutch text, but also an English translation of the text. So it's possible to follow what is going on. Just to give you some information, during the second act, there is this nurse Angelica, and she volunteers to take the vaccine. And then she starts to have heavy convulsions, so she's carried away. It's the dramatic end of the second act. And she has a dramatic reappearance in the third act. And then she is in a wheelchair, and she's half paralyzed. And she explains the process into the direction of forgiveness. And it's a huge process. It involves things like confusion, nightmares, grief, of course, desperation, anger. And after all that, there is a sort of catharsis. And then she comes to the point that she can accept the situation, which is the first step towards forgiveness. And so I would like, Stephen, can you find the episode Grief? So it's the second of the two links of number 33. And then you go down and you find, I think it's number E. It's the big aria of Nurse Angelica, and the episode is called Grief. It's only
is it Edward? Is it the piano reduction or the symphonic version?
You will hear the symphonic sounds, but you will see on the screen the piano reduction.
Okay, so the piano version.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look.
It's the thing with number 46 at the end.
It's the second link, Edward, isn't it? Second link?
You have this A4 thing.
Yeah.
And you have from the opera, the Method of Dr. Peck and Professor Veeren. Then it's the second part.
The second link, the second YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This one?
Yes, then you go down, and you click on the E.
Grief.
That's the one. Grief. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
How comes the anger? That's right. etc. Stephen.
Okay. Impressive.
This is the anger part. I hadn't had it in mind, but I think that's part of the process towards forgiveness. You can't skip anything, and I would like, if you feel like it, to do the final part, so the acceptance, where the harmony really comes in.
Yeah.
Where you have heard also in the anger part, there are two so-called order followers in the opera. So they just do as they are told, and they very much regret what they have done, because they have been a part of making this Nurse Angelica an invalid person, and then a handicapped person. But then at the end, Nurse Angelica can say from her heart that she forgives these two order followers. And well, if you can find, so the number H, number Stephen, then we can close with that. Yeah.